Something I've noticed as a business owner and leading a team is that it can be hard for stylists at first to feel like, well, I don't know how to solve that problem or provide that solution or suggest that thing. They're just here for a haircut. I don't want to tell them about that extra thing. But in that consultation, recognizing it as a moment to not only connect with your guest, but to learn how to listen reflectively, to craft a plan, and to create a roadmap. Not only is it a chance for you to connect with your guest, building their trust and ensuring them that you understand what they need, but it's also a chance for you to give them a roadmap of their path with you. Understanding your guest concerns, doing a thorough consultation, and then providing solutions and telling them why this is what we want to do is going to make all the difference in the world.
Hi to our Brazen and Bold community. We're here at Inspiring Champions in Dallas.
We had the incredible opportunity to attend Champ Camp as sponsors this year. So not only do we get to be here representing and sharing what the power of strategic delegation does for businesses across the country, we get to learn from incredible coaches like Lance Courtney, Heather Goodwin, and the inestimable Lauren Gartland. We've been here listening to them now, hearing what they have to share with top performing salon owners and their teams.
Yeah, that's been really great to see whole team do salons come. And I love the structure that they have. So they have the big group where a lot of great discussions are going on, and then they break out into smaller rooms for salon owners, managers, and do those workshops.
So there's a ton of opportunities for big stage, big connection, big impact, a chance for everybody to learn together. And then I've been able to go and sit in and participate as a salon owner and get some great takeaways about things like the power of delivering a consistent consultation and dialing in those processes, making sure it's a process, and then talking about offering an upsell, enhancing your service, getting things that will increase revenue and improve the guest experience in 0 seconds or less. So something that's just really easy to offer as an add-on. And then also they've talked a ton about rebooking. So hearing so much about those things over the last few days has been really cool as an owner to sit in and listen.
Yeah, and I think it's also just refreshing to invest in yourself for this continued education and getting with like same-minded people. There's been so much great collaborations, people telling stories of problems that they're having, successes. So that's what I love most about this industry, is how everyone leans on one another and they share, and they're not just like closed gated or like competitive.
Well, I haven't met a gatekeeper in our industry yet, which I think it says so much about our industry. But that's one of the things that I love most about attending these events. And though we can't invite you as listeners into that part of the experience of connection and collaboration, which is, I think, half of the benefit of attending an event like this, not only do you get to be uplifted by like-minded energy and talk to, whether you're a stylist or you're a salon owner, you get to talk to people who are on a similar path, facing similar challenges, or who've navigated those challenges. And now they're turning back around to share with you what worked and to give support. So I have loved what I've seen in that. But for those of you listening who weren't here, or people who haven't had a chance to make it to a big industry event, let's say in the last year or two, I would love for me and Lucy to be able to share just some of our favorite takeaways from what we've learned in the main stage presentations and in the workshops.
Yeah, so let's start with consultations. The biggest part of it was the workshop. So we were in the classroom with it was a little bit of salon owners, but also managers. So in my group, I also had a lady who just does the front desk, and she was going through the consultation process, and then a couple salon owners as well, and really calling out and asking those questions of what people like about their hair, what they didn't like, and documenting that, and then coming to that solution.
They had a complete and clear format that I think at first glance, in all fairness, was not only is it comprehensive, but it might have come across as a bit overwhelming at first. And for someone who's used to performing a pretty cursory consultation or doing a pretty quick touch base, I mean, there was some line that I thought was great, and I cannot remember it exactly, but it was something like, the kiss of death in a consultation is so what are we doing with your hair today? So something to that effect, like, please never say that out loud. But in that consultation, recognizing it as a moment to not only connect with your guest, but to learn how to listen reflectively, to craft a plan, and to create a roadmap. And I think that was one of my biggest takeaways is not only is it a chance for you to connect with your guest, building their trust and ensuring them that you understand what they need, but it's also a chance for you to give them a roadmap of their path with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think also what was fun is to see some of the salon owners here that have Spark assistants. They're learning these things. They're sharing it with their Spark assistant, and their Spark assistant is putting together that SOP, that procedure, so that it can be documented and repeated with all the stylists on the team, new hires. And it can be something that, you're investing in this education and then you're able to implement really easily by leaning on your external support team.
Yeah. And having that kind of support integration gives people so much more momentum. I like to say my goal is to help people get down the field as far as they can so that the business owner or the stylist can just take that into the end zone, complete the pass, and make the goal. Yeah, let's get that touchdown and let's go for it. Mm-hmm. So the idea is that we can see processes put in place. They have a really clear structure, a massively comprehensive workbook that gives point by point, not only instructions, but the why behind using something so powerful and specific. And so I think it goes into that as a deep dive. Now, we can't give all the secret sauce out, not to mention I don't have the workbook to remember everything, but I really did love the structure and the framework and the point by point process, making sure that we are caring what the guest needs, providing a solution, telling them based on what you said, this is why I want to offer this, or this is why we'd like to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's going to give you this result. And so just touching on those things. Something I've noticed as a business owner and leading a team is that it can be hard for stylists at first to feel like, well, I don't know how to solve that problem or provide that solution or suggest that thing. They're just here for a haircut. I don't want to tell them about that extra thing. So many times, and Lucy, I mean, if we can, I'm going to do it live. Well, it isn't live. This is pre-recorded, but we're going to do it without planning. Okay. I will never forget doing Lucy's hair.
Oh, yeah.
She already knows what I'm going to say. Lucy, tell us what it was all those years ago that I changed your life for the better. Lucy came into me for a haircut. And tell us what happened during that haircut, Lucy.
Hey, business owners. Yes, you. I know you're juggling it all. Marketing, admin tasks, websites, podcasts, social media. The list never ends. That's where Spark comes in. We're a virtual assistant company built just for small business owners, because once you're able to delegate, we know you'll be able to dominate. Our clients are seeing up to 30% increase in social media engagement and sales, all by letting us handle the behind the scenes work. Not to mention an incredible boost in flexibility, profit, and time. So scan the QR code right now to schedule a free chat with my team. Let's make you efficient AF and help you focus on what you do best, growing and leading your business.
Well, I have a lot of hair. My parents have really thick hair, so I have really thick hair. And when I was younger, I just had a bad haircut. So I was always scared to really just kind of like change things up or ask for things like, just give me a trim. Don't mess it up. But it would take me a long time to blow dry my hair, to style my hair. It was really heavy. I love to work out. Just like putting it up, it was heavy. And I didn't know that there was any other way to be unless I wanted like a mushroom big bob.
So for anybody who's listening and not watching, not only is Lucy gorgeous, but traveling on the road with her so much, one could get tired possibly of hearing, oh my gosh, is that all your real hair? Your hair is so beautiful. Her hair is so beautiful. I'm like, I know she's so beautiful. It's true. I'm not jealous. I cheer my girlfriends on, but she has the most luscious, amazing, and honestly more hair than anybody I've ever got my hands on. And that's in 22 years or more of being in this industry. So Lucy has more hair than anybody you know if you're just listening. Okay, so what did we do that day?
Yeah, so you like started asking questions like, what's your lifestyle like? What do you like about your hair? What do you not like about your hair? And so I'm telling you about, well, I like it. It's good. It's, takes a long time to do it. It's a little bit heavy. I like to work out. And I just would say, okay, great. We'll just give you a trim since you like your hair already. Done. But instead you're like, I have actually a way to make your life better and your hair will still be thick. Like you're not going to lose that volume that you like. It's not going to be super short. And then you went into this whole thing about like texturizing and
Yeah. And I explained to her, because a lot of people have some stress and bad memories of the first time someone took texturizing shears at a horizontal and just cut lines across their hair of like little short broken off pieces. And I explained to her, we can remove weight through the interior. We can do this in a way that just gives you more movement without really changing much about your hair except for how much it weighs and how it hangs. And she was like, okay. I guaranteed her it wasn't going to look bad, and I went for it. And I mean, when I met her, her hair was to her waist and she had no layers, and she's like, I don't really know if I can do anything else. Also, she talked a lot about how dry it was.
Yeah.
And she was, if you again are watching this, you see she has more hair than anybody we know. We've established that. And it is coarse as well. And it's wavy. And we live, both of us, in the Phoenix Valley, which is like a dehydrator. So she was sharing how dry her hair was as well. So then I'm asking, how often are you cleansing your hair? And what are you doing for hydration? What was your answer at that time?
Like twice a week. I don't really do much. I have a detangler.
Yeah, shampoo, conditioner. Yeah. Sometimes I do a leave-in detangler.
Yeah.
So I introduced the idea of a hair mask. And I said, hey, just like someone with really, really dry skin uses like a body cream, not a lotion, I would like you to use a hair mask for deep hydration in place of conditioner. She had never heard of a hair mask to start with.
Right.
So using a hair mask in place of conditioner. And I explained to her, if you're cleansing once or twice weekly, which is appropriate with this type of density of hair and coarseness, let's make sure we're hydrating it in between as well. How? We use a hair oil on the ends. It's going to increase shine and hydration and moisture. And she said, okay, right. Now we had her attention. Furthermore, if someone's only cleansing once or twice a week and they're working out like she does, we need a dry shampoo as well. So I kind of, just knowing that these are resources that would help her accomplish her goals, I had no interest in sending her home with 25 products that she didn't need or wasn't going to use. But I was like, you have real challenges here and there are real solutions. I made sure, I hope, to produce or introduce it in a way that wasn't overwhelming, but just told her some tips and tricks that could extend the health of her hair, but also prolong the wear of her style anyway.
And during that part, you grabbed them from the shelf and you like had them in your hand. You handed one to me. They were on the, like right next to the salon chair for the appointment. So like it was always there and you were just educating me about what they could do.
Yeah. And Lucy, she's not a person who lacks skill with her hair. She just has a lot of hair and was overwhelmed. But as I was consulting her and getting to know what she needed, I could see that there were a few things missing in her regimen that could absolutely help make her life easier and improve the condition of her hair and make everything better. So I did a Salon and I told her about it. And we used a mask in Salon that day, which was an upcharge. It was an upsell. And when I got home, or when I got done, I sent her home with a hair mask and I think a hair oil or something, like one or two of the products I had talked about. She came back to me at the next appointment and it was like she had discovered electricity.
Oh yeah. Changed my life.
Sliced bread, an automobile, and the internet all in one. Why didn't anybody tell me about a hair mask? And I remember it was like Lucy became the evangelist of using a deep moisturizing hair mask. And anybody would listen, you're like, you need to try a mask because I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. And of course I love that because it was awesome and it was cute and helpful. I was just so happy that not that you were telling everybody about it, but that I helped you find a solution for something that you had had a hard time with for years. Mm-hmm. And you didn't even know the solution was like right there on every shelf of every salon you've ever been to.
Right.
Pretty much every brand has a hydrating hair mask. And in my mind too, like, are we allowed to disclose this? We can cut it out if not. But Lucy prioritizes her health, her wellness, and her appearance. And she's not someone who was like, no, I don't want to spend 2 cents on this product. It was, what's the best thing for me? So Lucy has been, living her adult life. We will not disclose her age, but she is at a place in life where she's willing to invest and she's interested in investing. And no one had offered this solution. So this is just a small example of what they're talking about at Champ Camp and like how understanding your guest concerns doing a thorough consultation and then providing solutions and telling them why this is what we want to do is going to make all the difference in the world. So that was like maybe a sidebar, but I think a very impactful time that we were able to work together. This was years ago. And now Lucy's like, everybody she knows that has dry hair knows about a hair mask.
Happy birthday. Here's a mask.
So I think that that's just one example, and it happens to be between the two of us, where a thorough consultation, follow-up, providing solutions, and supporting your guest experience can truly make all the difference and change their hair trajectory.
Yeah. And so I love that they went into that in depth at this event. And then just, when we were talking too about, what we were learning and just kind of thinking about how salons that we work with at Spark also capitalize on just supporting their stylist, not just with advanced education and helping that, but also with talking about products. And it really starts with that content calendar. So at the beginning of the year, putting together your promotions, the themes, what are some of the product releases that your product line will be doing, and creating that content calendar for the year so that you can create promotions and do all of that marketing to help meet your revenue and product goals.
And it's something that we do not only from a content calendar strategy session, but we also do it through making sure that's showing up on your Google page, looking at your social feeds and making sure that that's also collaborating and coordinating from your newsletter touch points and any kind of signage in your salon, which can be designed by the Spark team to fit your brand or the products you're displaying and showcasing. From shelf talkers to station signage to any of those kind of things. And then we have some people who use, TV screens or other types of technology features throughout the salon, making sure that those things are all designed and coordinated to fit a consistent thread across your client-facing experience and your internal team-facing experience, whether it's a promotion internal and a team and a contest to support your initiative. So these are
been huge.
These are huge things that we can help you do.
So that's been really powerful, is when you're able to take that content calendar, have all of the marketing done, planned out, someone's doing it, and then you align your internal team challenges to help with those product sales, give them that motivation. And so they're incentivized to educate their guests with something that's being talked about on all the platforms.
It's just been so fun, though. Not only to see what people are learning here at Champ Camp through the Inspiring Champions, but also to learn ways that we internally, as a Spark team, can support people in meeting those goals, knocking them out of the park once they put together the promotions, and then really help people deliver and follow through with the incredible coaching that they're getting from experts in the industry.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Inspiring Champions. It's been so wonderful to be part of this community for the past 3 days. We've just really been, I love these things. I get so excited and energized and can't wait to share it with the rest of the Spark team.
Not only do I love what I get to learn, but I really, really love the people I meet. It has been humbling to be in a room surrounded by so much greatness and then to learn from so many powerful business owners and their teams.